Sophie found her there, later that evening, her own gently concerned gaze meeting Emily's distant stare. She settled beside Emily on a deck chair, a comforting stillness in the cool night air, a shared pocket of quiet amidst the cheerful clamor of the ship's Aloha deck party. But Emily saw none of it. Her gaze was fixed on the dark, restless ocean stretching out beyond the ship's railing, mirroring the storm brewing within her own heart. Her parents' lie echoed in her mind, cold and sharp as the sea wind. Grandma was in the hospital. The cruise, the cheerfulness, the forced family togetherness, it all felt like a cruel, elaborate charade. And she was adrift, lost at sea in a tide of betrayal she hadn't seen coming. Hello, dear viewer. Thank you for joining us. If this story captivates you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another heartwarming and inspiring story. Let us know which city you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's dive deeper into this unforgettable tale. The scent of vanilla and lemon verbena, Mom's signature celebration candle, filled the Andersons' living room, battling and nearly winning against the more grounded aroma of Dad's mahogany and leather study that always seemed to subtly bleed into the rest of the house. Sunlight, fractured through the beveled glass of the bay window, scattered rainbows across the pristine white mantelpiece where Emily's achievements were proudly displayed. Tonight, it was a gleaming gold-edged certificate proclaiming her valedictorian status at Northwood High. Beside it stood the stack of acceptance letters from Ivy League universities, each a testament to years of relentless dedication, late nights fueled by lukewarm coffee and the unwavering expectation, spoken and unspoken, of excellence. To our brilliant girl, Dad boomed, his voice resonating with the hearty, practiced warmth that clients in their family counseling practice found so reassuring. He raised his glass of sparkling cider, a concession to Mom's no alcohol on weeknights rule, even for celebrations. Valedictorian, no less. Your mother, he, and I are beyond proud. Mom, ever the picture of composed grace in her cream cashmere sweater, smiled, her eyes crinkling at the corners in a way that always melted even the most resistant teenage clients in their therapy sessions. Beyond proud, she echoed softly, reaching across the plush, cream-colored sofa to gently squeeze Emily's hand. All those late nights really paid off, didn't they, sweetie? Emily, perched on the edge of the sofa, returned their smiles, a familiar warmth blooming in her. Just as this was their pattern, their well-rehearsed family ballet of affirmation and pride. The Andersons, the family healers of Boston, as the local magazine had once dubbed them in a flattering profile piece. A family who not only preached the gospel of healthy family dynamics, but seemingly lived it. It was worth it, Emily affirmed, her voice a little breathy with a mixture of genuine gratitude and something else. Something less definable that always seemed to flutter beneath the surface of these perfect family moments. She knew the script. She played her part flawlessly. She was a high-achieving, well-adjusted daughter of therapists, wasn't she? Dad leaned forward, his therapist's gaze, that deeply empathetic, intently focused stare, settling on her. And to celebrate all that hard work, your mother and I have been planning something special. He paused for dramatic effect, a technique he often used in sessions to build anticipation before a breakthrough. A family trip, a cruise. Emily blinked, momentarily taken aback. A cruise. Vacations in the Anderson household were usually carefully curated retreats, educational trips to historical sites, mindful nature hikes in national parks, never frivolous fun. Mom elaborated, her voice taking on a brighter, almost theatrical tone. A Caribbean summer healing retreat. We thought after all your dedication, we all deserve a little restorative family time. Sun, sea, relaxation, and quality time together. Think of it, Emily. Turquoise waters, white sand beaches, and a chance for us to reconnect as a family, away from the pressures of work and school. The words healing and retreat hung in the air, loaded with unspoken meaning. Emily knew her parents. Even their vacations were framed within the context of therapy, of emotional work. But still, a cruise, the Caribbean. A genuine thrill flickered within her, quickly suppressed by that ever-present, undefinable flutter of unease. "That sounds amazing," Emily said, forcing enthusiasm into her voice. "It should sound amazing. Most 16-year-olds would be ecstatic." Why did she feel this slight prickle of apprehension? As her parents beamed, clearly pleased with her reaction, a fleeting image flashed across Emily's mind, unbidden and unwelcome. Salt-laced air, the rhythmic crash of waves, and then darkness. A small, pale hand, reaching, then disappearing beneath the churning surface. She was 7 years old again, on a family beach vacation in Maine. She and her best friend Jessica, inseparable since kindergarten, were building elaborate sandcastles near the water's edge, giggling as the waves crept closer, threatening to topple their sandy fortresses. Then, a sudden rogue wave, larger than any before, had surged forward, pulling Jessica under. Emily remembered the chaos, the frantic shouts, her own childish confusion and terror as adults plunged into the water. She remembered the agonizing weight on the sand, the chilling wail of sirens in the distance. She remembered the hollow, haunted look in Jessica's mother's eyes at the memorial service, a look that seemed to linger in the corners of her own memory, surfacing at unexpected moments. Jessica hadn't survived. Drowning. The word itself felt heavy, cold, like a stone sinking in the pit of her stomach. The memory, though decades old, always left a residue of icy dread. And lately, she'd noticed a change in her parents, a heightened vigilance, an almost palpable anxiety whenever water was involved. They'd steered clear of beach vacations since Maine. Pool parties were subtly discouraged. Even long baths seemed to make her mother a little tense. "It's a healing retreat cruise," Dad was saying, his voice pulling her back to the present. "Specifically designed for families to reconnect, rediscover joy, and, well, heal." He gave Mom a meaningful look, and Mom nodded, her smile just a fraction too bright. Emily forced another brighter smile of her own. "It sounds perfect, perfectly orchestrated, perfectly planned, perfectly Anderson." Later that evening, after the celebratory dinner had been cleared, and her parents had retreated to their studies, Dad to write his next self-help book chapter, Mom to prepare for her early morning couples therapy session, Emily found herself drawn to their shared office. She told herself she was looking for a specific college brochure, the glossy pamphlets overflowing from a wicker basket in the corner. But her eyes were drawn to something else on Dad's meticulously organized mahogany desk. A book, tucked discreetly beneath a stack of client files, its title just barely peeking out. Honest Parenting, Building Trust and Transparency in the Modern Family. Emily's breath hitched. Honest parenting? Her parents, the architects of their family's carefully constructed facade of perfect communication and emotional openness, were reading a book about honesty. A cold knot formed in her stomach, tightening with a chilling premonition. She reached out, fingertips brushing the cover, a question forming in her mind, sharp and unsettling. What patterns of trust were truly woven into the fabric of her family? And were those patterns about to unravel? The brochures were spread across Emily's bed like fallen confetti, each glossy page whispering promises of sun-drenched beaches, turquoise waters, and gourmet meals served under a canopy of stars. Caribbean Summer Healing Retreat. Even the name itself felt like a carefully constructed marketing ploy, designed to soothe anxieties and conjure images of effortless bliss. Emily, however, was determined to embrace the fantasy. She meticulously compared deck plans, circled onboard activities with a lavender marker, and even started a Pinterest board titled Cruise Chic, pinning flowy sundresses and wide-brimmed hats that felt decidedly un-Emily. Usually, her summer wardrobe consisted of practical hiking gear and well-worn t-shirts promoting various mental health awareness campaigns. This cruise, she decided, would be different. This cruise would be healing for all of them. Madison perched on the edge of Emily's desk chair, scrolled through her phone, a symphony of taps and swipes accompanying her running commentary. Okay, Caribbean cruise, prime influencer content M. Think ocean sunsets, poolside selfies, maybe even a day in the life of a teen counselor on vacation vlog. We could go viral, Emily chuckled, though a sliver of genuine excitement did tickle